welcome to Let's Go Boating TV and another episode here, and a lot of fun we're going to have today talking about one of our new team members here at MarineMax in Fort Myers, as well as the upcoming Boston Whaler in-water showcase. And joining me today, a new teammate, a special guest, excited to have him on board. Jackson, give us a little introduction of kind of who you are and maybe how you got here to Fort Myers.
Yeah, Franklin, thanks for having me. My name is Jackson McGill. I'm from Huntersville, North Carolina. I'm 22 years old, just moved down to Florida, got my degree from Rollins College in Orlando. Just started down here only 2 months in, about to come up on 2 months, so it's been a great experience so far. What brought me down to Florida, mostly the good weather and staying on the water on boats just like this place right here.
Not girls.
Definitely not girls. Well, maybe partially.
All right, and speaking of boats, give a quick background on your boating experience.
Yeah, so I'm son of a sailor over here. So my grandfather was in the seafood industry, and he got me introduced on boats at a very young age. And that carried on to my father and to myself. So I actually got my first boat when I turned 13. I got a Montauk, a small little Montauk, and I worked my way all the way up to what I own now, and I own a 17 Montauk now. Well,
and in college, boating helped you through college?
Yeah, it actually got me through college. I raced competitively for sailing in college, so I was on the water all the time in college, and I raced even in Florida all the way up to North Carolina.
And again, boating is obviously a passion and that, but I also know we've chatted that your grandfather, your father not only taught you about boating, but really about safe boating and about a lot of the things that today we want to help our customers learn.
Yeah, so my grandfather's a real stickler for the rules, I used to say when I was younger, but now I appreciate the lessons he's taught me, that I get to use them on the water and teach them myself to new customers here.
Well, we're excited about having you here, and obviously we got a lot of great young people working here at MarineMax in Fort Myers, and you're moving into a role where you're taking the place of Ryan Stoughton, who's moving down here to the ship store to take over, kind of helping to lead things down here, and you're going to be working a little more directly in sales.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get this new position, since I just started in the company. I'm working for Clancy Boyer. He's one of our salesmen here, and he's just a super knowledgeable guy. So I'm really happy, young and hungry to get after this business down here, yeah.
Well, and we have an opportunity coming up to invite people to come check out not only Boston Whalers, but how easy we can make it for them to own a new Boston Whaler, whether it's through financing or some special pricing that we have or some things that may be happening. But just around the corner, and in 2 weeks, a week from this weekend, I think, October 9 through 11, we'll have the showcase going on here at Deep Lagoon Seafood next to our MarineMax showroom.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this event. It's going to be like early to mid-October. We're going to have the whole Boston Whaler fleet out on the water for customers to come and try out. So we'll have the opportunity to not only get on these boats, to feel what they feel like on the water, what they're actually all about, not just sitting on land or a picture online like a listing. It's a completely free event, and I'm super excited to be a part of it.
Well, and I know Boston Whalers participating as well as our team support in having some boats that are specially priced, but also what if somebody owns a boat? Can we take a trade-in?
Yeah, we'll be taking trade-ins, and there'll be huge incentives, for it's going to be a great time to get into boating financially before the season kicks off. So we have incentives for that. We're going to have trade-in value options for you, and we're going to have financial packages that you can sign up for.
I had somebody the other day, last Friday, here from Dallas looking at real estate and boats, and they were talking about, gosh, all we've ever done is lake boating and some of that kind of stuff. What if somebody's new to the area? Can we make it easy for them, one, to purchase the right boat, but then to learn how to boat in this area?
Well, coming from North Carolina, Fort Myers is a lake, so the waters out here are the best to get into in boating, especially when you're early stage. And when you talk about a location like this, we're not just going to sell you the boat. There's a lot more that we, give with you with that purchase. So after you purchase a boat from us, we're going to set you up with the delivery captain, get that boat Coast Guard fitted and ready to use, and teach you how to use it in these local waters. It's unlike any other dealership. or they're going to give you the boat, give you the keys, and say, "See ya, thanks for the commission." You know, we're really going to be a part of that process with you.
Well, and also I know that part of our core values is really about building relationships with clients and that kind of thing. So it's really not about this is a salesman and this is somebody buying a boat. It's really about that relationship.
Yeah, and creating lifelong relationships. You know, we have clients that come back their whole lives and send their next generation of clients here. You know, that's really a deep connection that we have with these customers.
Well, I know you're enjoying the area here with finding a lot of trails and places to go kayaking, boating, fishing. You love photography of birds and some of that kind of stuff. I know you've shared a couple of trips that you've had over towards the Everglades and whatnot. Again, if we're trying to get somebody to come check out the showcase but think about maybe moving here, or if they've recently moved here and buying a boat, what's the encouragement?
So this is one of the best places to own a boat in Southwest Florida. If you think about all the opportunities you have here from a variety of price points, you know, this is a lot different when we look at the East Coast. You know, it's not as friendly when you're getting into it. So here there's a lot of opportunity. There's endless waterways and islands to hop and explore and encounter, and there's easy entryway into all those options. You know, I love being down here and be able to go fish, you know, in the afternoon, go explore, you know, bar hopping on the boat, you know, the next weekend. You know, there's just endless opportunities here.
All right. Well, before we finish up here, I've got what I call Franklin's Fast 5 questions.
Uh-oh.
So the first one is, since you've been here 2 months, what's the most coolest thing that you found in the Fort Myers area?
Coolest thing in the Fort Myers area? There is hundreds of miles of canals that stretch through Fort Myers and Cape Coral area. You know, you could get lost. I remember picking up my first boat in Cape Coral, and it took me an hour and a half just to get out of the back canals, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Second of all, if you could have any boat that we have here at MarineMax in Fort Myers, what would it be?
You know, even though we carry $1 million yachts, I'm still going to pick that 17 Montauk any day of the week. I love that boat, and it's the most versatile boat you can buy, you know. Fishing one day, relaxing the next. It's just the best all-around machine. So
you've been here long enough now to know the area a little bit. You talked about going up a canal and grabbing somebody's boat. If you had 2 hours to go somewhere in that Montauk and just sit for a moment, where would it be?
I would probably either go to Slipaway. If you've been there before, that's our new food truck parking lot boat up spot. And it is just happening. I went there last weekend and it was so much fun, and I want to go there with my boat next time.
All right. And then second to last question, on your boat, what's going to be in your cooler?
Okay, besides all the beer, there's going to be a couple waters, maybe a little bit of fishing bait, and one Jersey Mike's sandwich.
Okay, so you kind of took my fifth question, because I was going to ask you for food on the boat, what you might have, because Keith Younger, the president of Sea Ray, said that he takes sushi.
Sushi on the boat. So I'm either going to go Jersey Mike's or Pub Sub from Publix.
All right, and if you had to pick the two teams going to the Super Bowl this year, we know it's not going to be Tampa Bay or probably Miami, but who are you picking?
Two teams to go to the Super Bowl? You know, I would like to pray for the Carolina Panthers, but they're long and gone. I've never seen anything good come out of Carolina.
So there's no good teams this year?
I'm going Panthers. Panthers all the way. Carolina Panthers.
Next you're going to say against the Cowboys. No. Well, again, Jackson, thanks for being on with us. And let's, once again, invite people October 9 through 11 at the Deep Lagoon Seafood here on our property at MarineMax on McGregor. And I know that we've got a hashtag for registration and information that we've got included on our little broadcast here. Anything else you might tell people?
Yeah, I mean, come take the time to step on some of these Boston whalers. It's going to be a really cool free opportunity, you know, for people in the local community. So step on the boats, enjoy them. There's no strings attached. Just come check them out. Talk to me, talk to Franklin, meet some of our staff, shake a hand, and have a cocktail at cocktail hour.
And we'll have to talk later about some of our getaways and whatnot after people purchase boats from us. We just, tomorrow, the lobster trip that the boys did, Ryan and Griffin, last month will be starting to air, so that's going to be a great episode.
Yeah, that would be such a cool episode.
All right. Jackson, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for this week's Let's Go Boating TV. Again, come see us October 9th through the 11th, MarineMax here in Fort Myers for the Boston Whaler Showcase.